Hey guys, it's me, Toya. So, I have some big news. So first I wanted to start off by saying that I know you guys clearly see I'm back to being curly. So for those of you who are tuning in, I had given myself a silk press about 2 weeks ago, and it turned out awesome. I used my InStyler, my blow dryer, and I also used my flat iron on top of all that. Gorgeous results. But when I wash my hair, you guys, my curl pattern, I think I used too much heat. And so what happened is the front of my hair, the very ends, were no longer curly. They were wavy. And the rest of my hair was pretty fine. As you guys can see in the back there was no change whatsoever. But in the front, definitely my curl pattern had changed and I was livid. I did not like it. I definitely suffered from heat damage. So would I say you should never use heat when you have natural hair? No, I would not say that, because I flat ironed my hair many times prior to this one and definitely did not suffer from any heat damage. Excuse him, y'all. So I would not say that you could never use heat. On the contrary, I would advise to not use the highest heat settings. Make sure your hair is fully protected before applying any heat. I messed up. I was so much anticipating the look of bone straight. That's another issue, you guys. You have to know how high your expectations can be when you want your hair to be straight. Usually when you're looking for bone straight, if you have my texture, which I'm not even sure what my texture is, but I just call it like that nappy stuff. If you have that type of texture, you guys, then definitely you cannot expect to have bone straight without putting yourself in a position to possibly get heat damage. So if getting bone straight hair temporarily means everything to you and you're willing to risk that, sure, be my guest. But I just know for future reference, if I straighten my hair and it's not bone straight or not as straight as I would want it to be, that I'm going to have to be satisfied with that, which I won't be straightening my hair anytime soon. Off of that subject, I will be changing my channel, you guys. So I've decided that my channel is kind of all over the place right now. I talk about different topics, but it seems like it all kind of circles my life and my children. But I mentioned in a previous video, you guys, I am suffering with a lot of I don't even know what to call it. I guess chronic illness. And so I have lupus. I was diagnosed about 5 years ago. When I was diagnosed, the only symptoms I had was butterfly marks that would be pretty much on my back or on my neck, on my face possibly. And I also had joint pain and I had sensitivity to light and I was always cold. Nothing major. It actually didn't scare me, but it was enough for me to tell my OBGYN at the time and my primary care physician. They ran some tests, some blood work, and my OBGYN was actually the one who called me. And I remember he called me, I was at work, and he called me maybe about 6 times in a row. And I was like, what is wrong with him? Like, I'm on the register. And so I called back and he was like, I'm so sorry. And like, honestly, you guys, I thought he was going to cry over the phone. He sounds so sad and depressed about whatever he was going to tell me. So I'm like, what's going on? Like, am I dying? Like, what's going on? And he's like, you have lupus. And I'm going to hook you up with a rheumatologist. And I'm like, okay, so lupus does this to me. And honestly, you guys, I was comfortable with that. I was not knowledgeable about lupus at all. So when he told me that, I'm just like, okay, I can live with this, you know, bone pain or, you know, a little bit of marks on my body. You know, it didn't seem to me as detrimental as he made it to seem. Even my manager at the time, when I was telling her what the call was for, she was like, I'm so sorry, honey. She gave me a big hug and she got watery-eyed. And I was like, why is everyone tripping? Like, this is not a big deal. Years went by. I honestly, you guys, I've done minor research. I do know that the illness can be fatal. But I do know that many people suffer in their different ways, and there are some people who have a mild symptoms. So as long as my symptoms have been mild, I really haven't felt the need to do deep research. So when people ask me, you know, what is lupus? I just explain to them it's basically my body fighting against my body. Plain and simple, but I can't go into depth about what it quite is. So, recently, as I mentioned to you guys, my mom is suffering from cancer. And I guess through the stress of being her caregiver, I also am a part of the management staff at my job. I also have a 2-year-older, and I'm also a wife. And I have a 9-year-older as well. I guess with all, and then most importantly, I'm a Jehovah's Witness. So I definitely go to attend 2 meetings. I study the Bible. So with all going on in my life, I guess I'm stressed. And I guess being stressed on top of having lupus, I've had the worst symptoms lately. Last Thursday, I was literally unable to get out of the bed. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything. I could barely talk. Like, I was in so much pain. And I've been having episodes like that recently, frequently. I've had this pain in my side, my left side, that does not move. I went to the emergency room and they explained to me something is wrong, but they don't have the time to dedicate to a person in the emergency room the time that I would need. With that being said, I found it very important that I start to learn more about my illness. I honestly, you guys, know nothing. And I went to a girl's channel, and she talked about her struggle with lupus, and she was so able to inform her viewers of every aspect of the illness. And honestly, I was learning stuff, and I have lupus. I've had it for a long time. And I was looking at her channel like, wow, you're informing me. You know, so I have decided to make this a journey. I know there are many lupus survivors out there, and I want to focus my channel on that. I know nothing about lupus. I'm not informed. I feel dumbified when it comes to the illness that I've had in my body for a very long time. I feel as if one day it's going to be too late for me to find out anything. Honestly, guys, that's how I feel. So I've decided to definitely make more videos, tons of videos, change the name of my channel as well. I haven't quite decided yet, you guys, what the name will be, but it will definitely be catered towards lupus. So if you have lupus, if you know someone with lupus, if you're just knowledgeable about lupus, please, please subscribe, you guys. Not only will I be doing my research, but I want you guys to put comments on what you know about lupus to help me, to help others. There are so many channels out here talking about so much stuff. I mean, people are talking about their body, you know, how they stay fit, you know, drama, arguments. I was just watching a channel where a lady was saying that she had this big ordeal with, I can't even think of her name. She's a rapper. Cardi B. And don't get me wrong, it was interesting what she was saying, but there's really so much stuff out here that we can get worked up into on YouTube. But I want this channel to specifically be informative of the more important things. I mean, you get in an argument with someone, it's fixable. You know, you don't exercise, you can get in shape. You know, I don't have the greatest shape, you know, or maybe I do have the greatest shape, but showing my body. These are all like minor things compared to what I'm going through right now, to be honest with you. Like, lupus is real. So like I said, please tune in. Please help me help yourself. You know, and if that goes for any disease, don't just tune in if you have lupus. If you have cancer, if you have ADHD, anything that you're struggling with and you are not knowledgeable about it, please take this journey with me. I'm putting my hand out for you to literally give me your hand. Take this journey with me and let's learn more about ourselves. So I'm also ending my channel with a different ending. So instead of saying smooches, I'm going to end with be strong, y'all. So be strong, y'all.